There we go. Recording. The next episode. Nobody commented what army I should play. Instead, I had to choose. And I just chose to play the same Space Marine army I played last time. And yeah, it was an my opponent so happened to also be playing the exact same detachment for Space Marine. We're both playing Anvil Siege Force. That's such a random and detachment that to find another person that was playing it was pretty great. The guy was also just a cool guy. Like before the games, waiting for other people, we were just talking, and then we end up versing each other, and then as we were versing each other, we were just talking. And then after we finished playing, we just end up talking. I don't think I've talked to my opponent that much before, ever. Just kept chatting. Yeah. Our lists were very similar. We're both playing Gravis Marines, we're both playing a bunch of Intercessors, some tanks. He was playing a Whirlwind while I was playing some Desolation Marines, so both going for that indirect fire. Well, just really big shooting armies. Because what else does Imperial Fist do? And pretty much as soon as someone poked their head, that unit to do an objective, they got shot off the board. We called it in like battle round 3, I think. Yeah, it was battle round 3 we called it. Because we had the supply ones where the objectives go off the board, I forget what it's called. And we didn't make it to the 4th battle round for an objective to come off, because during the 3rd, he was just like, yeah. Neither of us had points. Points-wise, we were both, like, really low. But I had almost completely shot him off the board, and he didn't have enough fire with, like, the whirlwinds. Didn't have enough firepower to shoot me off the board before I could just score a bunch of points, or walk down there and kill them, and then score some points. Because any points really would have made the difference. Anvil Siege Force is just a fun detachment. You should check it out. Like, the detachment rule of heavy and +1 to wound doesn't come up too often, but does come up every now and again. And it helps. What really makes the detachment is some of the stratagems. You've got a fallback stratagem that you can use during your opponent's turn, or to fall back after the fight phase, but then on your turn you can shoot and charge or do an objective. and not be stuck in melee. You have to fall back into your deployment zone or onto an objective, but it comes up decently. And then you have the sustain hit stratagem. That's pretty much the big one in the Anvil Siege Force. Just give a unit sustain hits, and if it stands still, it crits on 5s. That plus, like, Oath of Moment is great. An iron, that's nice. And it's just giving like a unit with a bajillion attacks, like Desolation Marine, Desolation Marine, not Frag, or the Intercessors we're both playing, because Intercessors get so many attacks now. And if you keep them stationary, these units have like heavy, so that's, you know, sustain hits, critting on 5, plus 1 to hit, plus 1 to wound, just Siege Force ability. Or if you oath the opponent, you get to reroll hits as well, so you can fish for the sustains, or get any that you missed, or get that plus 1 to wound without needing to stand still, so you can still move and get a lot of the bonuses. You just don't get the crits on 5. Plus 1 to hit. Yeah, he likes putting an intercessor, not an intercessor, a lieutenant in with his intercessors to get lethal hits. So you can have sustained hits and lethal hits. What do you mean? I put a captain in mine because that way I can get the sustained hits for free. And it also allows me to do the 2 cost stratagems for only 1. Like, there's a stratagem for 2 CP, re-roll the wound roll against vehicles. So yeah, so I can do that for 1 CP, or for 2 CP, if a model is destroyed, you can shoot your opponent back. If your opponent shoots you and you lose a model. Yeah, so if I've got enough intercessors back, and the captain hasn't used his thing yet, just use the captain's thing to shoot my opponent back. You're not safe from my gun line, just because it's your turn. Great opponent, great games. Lots of fun. Grommet. Space Marines in general, I've just been having a lot of fun with playing. Like, Space Marines are just a fun army now. When I first started playing, I would have said, I used to say Death Guards was my favorite army, you know, debuffing my opponent, the lethal hits on everything. I enjoyed that, but honestly, they've made Space Marine really fun and nice to play. Another fun army is Leagues of Votan. I should play them again. Just yeah, they're mainly fun because of ruthless efficiency. Like, I forget the detachment's name, but that's the detachment ability. Yeah, that one gives you, you select an enemy, you kill that enemy, you gain a bunch of CP. But because you also place judgment tokens on the selected enemy, you get +1 to hit and +1 to wound, helping you kill that enemy. And once you do, you get all this CP, and you can just, and you have such a good toolbox of stratagems that you can just do all different stuff with your stratagems. You've got bonuses to melee, bonuses to shooting, defensive bonuses, movement bonuses. There's just a bit of everything. And you've got plenty of CP to spend on it. As long as you kill the enemy that you selected. Yeah, I think I'll probably play Votan after I play Retaliation Cadre. Not Retaliation Cadre. Auxiliary Cadre. I ain't ever gonna play one of those silly Tau detachments. Unless it's got a big emphasis on Kroot. I'm not playing the Tau Empire, I'm playing the Kroot Empire with occasional Tau to make up for the fact that we have no big guns or vehicles. It just depends if I'm doing it in the hunting pack or the auxiliary cadre. Should hopefully get the Vespids next week. In time. I really want Vespids for my auxiliary cadre army. Vespids just seem really good. Well, I'll probably finish after I finish this row in the episode. And hopefully this rain becomes thunderstorm and we get thunder next time. Because we're coming down. Getting close to episode 100 and we're getting close to finishing this off. That'll be next episode's thing. See you next time.